Man, what kind of organisation you're running there, mate?
We just want to make sure. We had to just run around a little bit. Sorry, my bro.
What kind of balafel organisation you're running there? No, thanks.
I think it's gonna be, I think it's going to be one of the better podcasts, hopefully. So the plan is I'll intro it, and then the brother David Tool will take over. If you're cool with that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but let's do it.
Okay.
What's up, Dave? Marlo's Ali. What?
Oh, sorry, he can't. I don't think he
That's
it's just a
Okay.
yeah.
All right, all good.
Okay. Is there any particular way that you want to be introed or just freestyle?
No, just do whatever you want, bro. Let's just run it.
Okay,
Yeah.
bro. So welcome to number 2 Paji Podcast. Paji means uso and toko, but in Indian language. And
Paji.
Paji, yeah. And,
Chalo, brother. Chalo.
So it's a great honor and privilege to talk to you, Mark. Grew up watching your fighting, and we still watch some of your fighting. We watched one the other day with you and Ray Sefu in K1, I think it was.
Yeah, the brother Ray. Yeah.
And we've been hearing firsthand on so many things that the mainstream don't know about you, from some local legends that I'll introduce you to that you already know. But there's other parts that you're killing it in. I hear you're amazing chess player, and you've had a long running battle that you've won, and it's been a bit hard for us, even our super fans, to follow. But we're hoping that you can give us some breaking news so we can distribute it amongst all the people that love you around the world, and we're some of them. Can I please introduce you to your lovely friend that you already know, and let him take the hot seat and guide the pod?
Sounds good, bro.
Marozo.
Hello. Wow.
Hanto.
Hello, Shapingi.
Jinno. Yeah, also it's an honor. Thank you for taking the time out to be on the Paji Podcast. Really appreciate it, also, for taking the time out. Obviously, there's
No worries, bro.
a massive news that needs to be shared, as Paji had mentioned earlier. Why don't you go ahead and start off on that, also?
I've been in a lawsuit for a long time against the UFC Zufire, or actually Dana White et al. Et al means all of them. The thing is, it's taken this long to come to this point. It's taken 7.5 years because my lawyers were paid off. My lawyer, Christina Denning, was paid off by these guys. And there was no proof of actually the transfer of money from her account to whatever, because we didn't dig that far. We only just found the corruption and her malpractices by the way she was operating as a lawyer. So she was doing stuff that a lawyer doesn't do, that unless they're on the other side. So she was sealing all the documents with the other lawyers. So stuff that I was supposed to be seeing. Well, anyway, she was supposed to be my eyes, her being the lawyer, but she's I don't know how much she got paid to throw her life away, but once this lawsuit is complete, then I'll be suing her and all these other people that are a part of this RICO contravention. It's actually called a RICO contravention. It's a civil, sorry, it's a civil RICO contravention, but it's an approved civil RICO. So that means I was telling Paji before, it only becomes an approved civil RICO is when the judges see the evidence. It's just a RICO, but this is about finances end of the day, and it becomes a civil approved RICO when the judges see it. But with every civil RICO, there's a criminal element as a part of it. So after this civil RICO, the criminal trial will come for them. And there's a lot of people involved in this. They're a multinational company, that makes billions and billions of dollars. We're just waiting for the orders from the court, from the judges to give the orders. So when I say to Paji that this case hasn't been won, it's been won. We're just waiting for the orders from the court. So it's
Right.
taken 7.5 years, or actually it's probably nearly a decade, Dave, because for 7.5 years my lawyers were corrupted. I didn't realize they were corrupted, and it's taken 1 year
Wow.
to bring it to where it is now.
Wow. Well,
Yeah,
from me hearing all that, it reminds me of my court case. But and uh, the situation that you find yourself, where you gotta stay on top of everything and making sure that things are done right. Obviously, they weren't. In regards to the situation, I can't wait when everything is all said and done. So what I'm going to
yeah,
do, I'm going to hand it back to Budgie so he can talk to you more about that situation, and then I'll come back and talk to you about your
yeah.
amazing career. Because there's some stuff I want to talk to you about your amazing career also. All
Yeah, and
right.
I also just before I like I said with you, Dave, like that's the reason, one of the reasons why, like I have so much respect and love for you,
Yeah.
because not only were you a champion in the ring, but you outside of the ring, just like I said about Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
He stood up for others. He stood up for those, even though when he didn't have to. I mean, you could have gone really, really bad.
Yes.
You know what I mean? After what those guys did to you, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the whole world knew about it.
Right.
It's a shame that's the way it ended up. I
Yeah.
mean, law courts, as I've noticed, I didn't realize how much of a toll it takes on you mentally
It's
and
crazy.
physically
Yeah.
and fucking financially. Financially was,
Yeah.
my mind, bro. It's never got to some crazy places. I thought,
Right.
growing up pretty rough,
Yeah.
it was kind of hard to go, okay, I mean, this is on that side, on the affliction side of things, it was hard, but on this side of things, not knowing where your kids are gonna go, whether they're gonna be secure, you worked hard, where you came from, you worked hard to make their money.
Yeah.
These authors go and steal from, which is it's a shame. But anyway,
Yeah. But Marlo, also, I'm really, really proud of you. As you said, we could have taken the other way,
yeah,
but hey, there are many calls, but hey, there's only a few like you
yeah.
and me, respectfully. I'll let you over to Budgie, and then we'll talk more. Hold on.
Okay, bro.
Thank you, brother. Good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
General.
I caught some of that. We just got the
General.
headphones. Do you
Oh,
mind
thank
if
you.
I
Oh.
change the chapter?
No, I'm
and
just
talk
coming for a
about
rest, and
some
then
of your-
so Budgie's talking. Yeah,
Sorry,
I thought
I'll
we'll
let you
just
continue.
take some
yep,
turns. I'll come drink the tea,
Just
and
from where
then
you left off with
go
David.
back in there.
yep, yeah. What's we doing now? Oh, yeah.
So he's sort of at the moment. I've sort of
Do
handing it over.
sorry, should we start talking about
to
some
talk
of
to him
your
about the
fighting
cool
career,
stuff.
and if you don't mind?
So and
We can do whatever you want. Like I said,
sort
I can still hear Dave talking in the back to the other
sort
guy.
of the heads up. I think the next piece will be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you breaking that down into sections?
we're gonna edit it.
Okay. All right.
We're gonna
All right.
edit it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Sounds good, bro.
Okay, so I don't want to be repetitive and go over stuff that's in your documentary and that that people can have seen or know online.
No, be repetitive. It doesn't matter.
It's just that we're looking at it from a point of view that some of the young people who might have missed it when it was happening, and they can go and find these things online. So when you went to Japan, and you started fighting there, and you won the K1 Grand Prix. Did you have any like nutrition coaches and supplement coaches, or just do it old school hard work?
Well, I mean, there was no one telling me how to do things. We just did it how, like we did pretty much just proper hard training. I mean, shucks, I didn't have a dietitian or nutritionist at that time. I was just winging it, to be honest. I was kind of green, like a really green. Like I said, I didn't want fighting to be a part of my life. It wasn't part of my life. I was just, trying to survive life as a child, and then eventually moving on, becoming a prize fighter at an old age. I think it was 27 years, and that's kind of old for to start a pro career as a fighter.
Yeah.
But I'd won the world title at 27 years age, and I'd made my first $1 million, and then I was actually a signed contracted fighter. So yeah.
So before going into that tournament, did you think you'd win, or were you just going to fight to just see, winging it, see how it went?
Well, I mean, I was optimistic, of course. I mean, that day of that tournament, I mean, I was 100% focused. I was 100%. I think I had God with me. I feel I had God with me, to be honest. I honestly do, and that's why that the K1 2001 is called the Bible. The K1 is called the Bible.
And then you got so many amazing fights, but the one that we rewatched recently is with Ray Sefu, and we watched it a few times. And I was talking to Ants Nansen, and he was saying that's one of the most amazing fights of that era. And I think I've even heard Joe Rogan talk about some of your fights and David Tua's fights, and I was trying to piece up like how come? Have you ever been on the Joe Rogan podcast?
No, I don't think Joe would have me on the podcast because he knows I'm pretty outspoken against the company that he works for. To be honest, so I don't. Yeah.
Like he comes across to us as quite a neutral party. Obviously, he's friends with Dana and wouldn't want to piss him off, I'd imagine.
Well, I don't know about being a neutral party. I mean, he is 100% UFC, so there's no way he's going to bring me on a podcast where I just slam a company that he works for. To be honest, there is no way. Otherwise, I would have been on it years ago.
Yeah. Well, like us fans of you and David, we'd love to see you guys get your global dues, because when you were coming up, social media wasn't really around, and you guys have way more influence than the numbers online, but it can be great for business or getting news out there. And I know you guys are quite humble. That's not what you drive you. But
it's not that I just don't like. I'm not interested in those Jews, those Jews you're talking about. I don't care about fame. I don't care about that sort of stuff. What I'm doing here is putting out my message to the globe. Not their narrative that's been put on me by the UFC. The lying bullshit narrative they put on me. I speak about facts that's happened within what's about to happen. So fame I care not for. So yeah.
And apologies if you're having to repeat yourself, but for like a casual fan, if you were to break down exactly what's happening and what's about to happen in simple words, because you're actually very intelligent and it's quite a complex thing to explain. But if you're explaining it to a newbie who's interested, just wants to know what's Mark talking about, how would you break it down?
Well, it's kind of easy, man. Just one word: Google. Google it, bro. If you want to learn about something these days, you could find anything on Google. So if you want to know about the antitrust, or if you want to know about the RICO lawsuit, Google civil RICO cases. I mean, it's hard to explain these things. Yeah. I mean, it's yeah, especially how complex this one is. Or, to be honest, so yeah,
it is pretty complex. I Googled, stayed up late last night trying to figure it out, and I was just really impressed that you represented yourself legally up against.
I didn't ask. Hey, I didn't ask to be a lawyer, the pro se litigant.
Yeah.
They made me a pro se litigant. The court did, and it's not that hard. It's not rocket science. You just go download, all the forms, and you just follow what they say. That's how it is.
So, how does this change things for other fighters or other athletes, I should say?
So fighters can use this with the precedents that it'll set to sue the other person, to sue the companies. It changes gambling. If gamblers say this motherfucker was cheating, can I sue this guy? Yep. I mean, it changes insurances. Why would an insurance company insure a fucking... I mean, it's hard to get insurance for a fighter these days at all anyway. It changes a lot of things. It sets the precedent for fighters, that it gives them a sword to wield if someone's cheating against them. Because, I asked for a clause when this first started.
Sorry to interrupt. Do you mind if because I heard this on a few podcasts, what was that clause about?
So if he got caught doping, that he received no funds.
Yeah.
So that he gets no money at all.
Yep.
Why should he get money? I mean, he's already ruined the fight because he's got called doping. But the thing about this is with USADA, them and USADA and UFC working together, and UFC's paying these guys by their actions. You can see by their actions what they did to me, what they've been doing for probably a lot of years, to be honest. And the results coming out after the fight's over or the gambling is done. Yeah, these guys are just straight criminals. They're not businessmen. That's all they are.
You could get seriously hurt. Like Bisping lost his eye, and
You couldn't get serious. You could die.
yeah.
You could die. You could die, and when you die because that guy's doping, I've always said it's premeditated murder. If I know I'm fighting in 3 months and I start juicing up to get bigger, stronger, faster, and I come and kill you, I've said it before. Who's going to look after you? Who's going to pay your kids and family? Should this guy get a fine from USADA and sit out for a year, or should he go to jail? Guys that drink and drive, run people over and kill them, they go to jail. This is even worse because you're fighting someone, and you go and hurt. I mean, I knew something had to be changed years and years ago, but it takes, like I said, it's taken this long, and I realized it's not an easy thing to sue companies with the unlimited pockets, with deep pockets.
Man, you're relentless, and we're cheering for you. We're happy for you. But was there any point where it just got too much and you thought, bugger it, I'm gonna leave it, or that never crossed your mind?
Man, I've as a fighter, man, I've always been you either do it or you don't. You don't sit in the middle, like I've always said, and Mr. Miyagi says, you don't sit in the middle and get run over. You 100% do it, 100%. There's been a lot of times in my career I've made a lot of mistakes. This one is not one of them. This one is like my purpose in life at the end of the day. But, of course, along this journey has been like, after being gaslit and lied to by my lawyers, is like, you don't know whether it's up or down, whether you're going right or left. You don't know. And you get worried when your kids' futures are at stake, your family's future at stake. It's hard. The only kind of backing I've had was from my gaming community, and these are guys that I play games with, like from the 886 crew, Vert, Ryan, all these guys, Daz, and these boys have helped me get through this whole scenario, especially on the financial side, they helped me. But fucking oath, because there's some, man, I sold nearly everything to get to this point. It's been so hard. I didn't go put my hand out. Lately, I had to because this has been hard. I didn't start a GoFundMe because I took this because this was a battle that I had to do by myself, and I didn't realize, and now I know why it took so long, because this should have been over a long time ago, because this case should have been over and done a long time ago. It's a case that's evidence. All the evidence was there, but my lawyer didn't show the judge, didn't approve it. The judge threw the case out, the first case, so I had to appeal it. Yeah, it's been been pretty hard, man.
So how does that change things for you now? Is there a payout at the end?
Well, a civil RICO case is about money.
Yeah.
People say this was a money grab. I said, well, I mean, it starts with the money, but every civil case has got a criminal element. You cannot have a civil case without a criminal element. What I wanted them to do was change their business practice and the way they operated, but they wouldn't do it. Why? Like I said to this other guy, why would they do it if they're making billions and billions of dollars? Why would anyone change their criminal business practices if they're making billions of dollars? Their contracts are coercion contracts, they're slavery contracts. I mean, the only way to make these guys change is to force change. Is to put lawsuits on these guys so they don't do it again. They'll do anything. Like the time for killing me, for murdering me, is gone long time ago. They paid my lawyers off, and by her actions, is the only way we could see that she got paid off. We had 8-9 causes of action when this lawsuit started nearly a decade ago. The first appeal, there was only one left, and it was battery. She whittled the case down to only one cause of action left. She's, man, So it's been 8 weeks since the end of briefing was done, and we're just waiting now for the court orders, the judges to make orders, and I feel that because they're doing some extrinsic stuff, I feel there's stuff that because they've got to get the criminal element ready for this, some big problems for these guys and a lot of change.
How do you feel now about the case?
I feel good. I'm just waiting for these orders, and then I'll be vindicated. Because I've never been scared to I've always been behind when I started my life as a young man. Always behind the back, behind with everyone else, trying to catch up to everyone else. I feel fighting is what gave me my purpose in life, and then when I actually saw what was really going on, this lawsuit is what was actually my purpose in the end, was changing things. I feel as a pioneer walking in front in my martial arts industry. I see a hole, I try and cover it, so everyone else can go over it instead of just falling into it like I did. I fell into a lot of holes in my journey through to my fighting career to make it to where I am, and I'm surprised I've got any limbs left after that. After this lawsuit, I'm surprised I'm still here. And that's because the grace of God. God is the only thing that helped me get through this. About a year ago, I got on my knees and I prayed. I said to God, I've always spoken to God. When I was in my troubled times and in my best times when I've done good in my life, I prayed to the Almighty. I said, I need some help with this, God. And I didn't even realize how he helped me. And he sent me a beautiful girl that helped me, and this whole thing changed within a year.
Wow.
I didn't even realize that this woman that he was sending me was gonna help me change, sports history. And what's funny is I'm talking about this like, and it's crazy because the orders haven't been given yet. But I'm 100%, guaranteed know that the court is not corrupt. The Ninth Circuit is going to come and going to go. These guys are going to pay 100%. And these guys are going to jail 100%. There is not a thing in my mind that that not a doubt in my mind that Dana White is not going to jail. So right now these guys are sweating that, they're sweating really hard. You might have millions and millions of dollars, but your life is over.
Do you think that's why they ramped up their PR machine?
They hit, the narrative they put on Mark Hunt. He's got CTE. He's fucking been punched in the head too many times. I'm pretty sure you can hear me speaking clearly to you. I'm speaking to you, and you can see from the way I'm speaking to you that I haven't got CTE at all. I'm not even close to be. My mind is 100% focused. I can see.
Bro,
I can see everything.
You look good. You sound good. I spoke to you yesterday. I spoke to my friends and said how switched on and how intelligent you are. Like you're playing chess. You're playing, fighting your own legal battle for about a decade.
It's been close to a decade. Even it's been. I'm not even going to speak about those guys, but it's been nearly a decade now. But like I said, it took 7.5 years to get to this point. With corrupt lawyers, with with lawyers that been,
Well, good.
her first malpractice was taking $100,000 off me for something else, not even for this case. That alone is malpractice.
Yeah. Well, we're cheering for you, man, and I'm sure there's heaps of us all around the globe, and I know that's not your main and primary concern, but on behalf of all of us, we want to just let you know that we're cheering for you, clapping for you, and
Thank you,
good
bro.
vibes and good wishes. Really wanted to do this in person. I usually like to joke around a bit, but I was a little bit scared to crack some jokes with you, so I feel
Yeah,
more
funny joke, eh?
I feel more comfortable on the screen. How's your health?
Well, look, man, I've retired. I'm not fighting anymore. I was I'm probably about 170 kilos now. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just living life. I'm just here in Melbourne at the moment, but I'm not really doing much. I was only going to fight again because I needed the money for the court. But I asked the court. I asked the Ninth Circuit if I could. I think it's called pauperous armorist. What is it called, love?
Yeah, something corporate.
It's something pauperous, so I didn't have to pay. I showed them my financial situation. I've been doing it hard. My family's been doing it hard, and because of my lawsuit, they said, they approved it straight away. They approved it in 2 days because they know this lawsuit's gonna. It's evidence. There's no way this is gonna be a lost cause. They even saw that when we had the first appeal. They saw how much of a criminal their lawyers was in the first case, in the first appeal, and when they sent it back down to the lower court, the district court, they sent it back down with all the elements back in, not just one, all of them. And they asked that judge, they said to her, listen here, stupid. Well, they didn't say stupid. They said, can you have a look at this again? We feel you've ruled wrongly on this. And what's funny, let me tell you something before this. There's a document, EC246. That document the judge ruled upon. It's actually supposed to be my affidavit. But when we asked to have a look at that affidavit, guess where it went? It went missing. We asked their clerk, I said, can you show us the document EC246? It's supposed to be my affidavit, but in that place of that document EC246 was Brock Lesnar's affidavit. So it was not even supposed to be what it was. It went missing. So either that judge is corrupt. I don't know if there's any other reason for it, because if it's your law courtroom, where is the documents hiding? Your responsibility is the documents, and you can't even find that document EC246. There's something going on there.
Well, we're glad you won. What
Well, I haven't won yet. I'm just waiting for the court to give the orders, and it could be any day now. It could be tomorrow. I mean, like I said, when briefing was over, it was 8 weeks ago. So I've been stuck pretty much it feels like the longest. It feels like a decade. I've been just waiting here. To move forward with my life and my family's life, not because you don't know where you're going with your life, because you're in a lawsuit you have to fight, and your kids don't know. It's really hard. It's been really hard, but as you're talking about health, I've been just chilling out, not doing nothing. I go down the park sometimes, hit some pads with Fleur's son Milo, hit some pads with my kids. Other than that, I'm just chilling out.
Bro, we got a supplement company in New Zealand. Can I send you some stuff to try?
I'm not really a supplement guy, man. I just eat food.
Yeah.
Honestly, I swear to God. I've had all those sponsorships from supplement companies giving me stuff, and throughout my whole career, I've only took multivitamins. I don't even, man. I had, at once I had a nutrition. I had lemons in the mornings. I don't find, because if it's like that protein stuff, I drink it, and I'll be just drinking every day, because it tastes nice. I won't be drinking water. I'll be drinking protein all the time, I'm not interested in any supplements, bro.
I thought you would say that. I tried to get David to take our supplements. It took 3 years before he said yes. But if you ever decide the offer's on the table.
Well, thanks, man. But I'm okay, man. I'm okay. Like I said, I know what I'm eating, and I know what I'm doing wrong, and I know what I need to do to fix it. But right now, I'm enjoying my life, so I can eat chocolates and whatever I want. So, have a drink of Coke, why not?
Well, man, it's a mega honor and privilege to even talk to you. We're happy for you, but we're going to wait for the order to come. I got one little favor to ask.
Sure.
My little brother.
You don't even know me. We're not even friends, and you want to ask favors? Come on, mate.
No, in my mind, we're really good friends. So my little brother, he's like my little brother. He's an up-and-coming MMA fighter in New Zealand, and he's just outside. He's the one who's trying to ask David some questions. He just want to ask you 2 questions. His name's Jacob, and
sure.
If I could invite him in after this, unless there's anything else that you want to share or for us to get out there.
Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good with that. That's all. Like I said,
sorry,
it's hard to explain a RICA case.
Yeah. It is.
And,
It's hard to understand. Yeah. Yeah. Any plans of coming to New Zealand?
I am. Once I settle this and finish this case, I'll be over there to get my brother, my oldest brother. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. We'd love to meet you in person when you're here. I know some good Indian food spots.
My brother-in-law is Indian. Oh, my sister's husband, his name was Amika. He's Indian. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's
See,
why I know a little bit of words.
see, we got some. We got a connection there.
Dupkaro.
I'll call
Okay,
him.
all good, all good.
I'll call Gagan. Hey man, thank you so much. Thanks for
All
your
good,
time,
brother.
bro.
All good, all good.
Give me a second.
There was a phone call that I got. I don't know who called, but I
Yo,
just,
Gagan, you're up, bro. Is this recording?
Hey, Mr. Hunt, how are you?
Good, bro. Kind of formal, Mr. Hunt.
Oh, sorry.
Sounds like a fucking old mate. Jeez, nah.
Is Mark all good to say?
Yeah, brother. All good, all
Cool,
good.
that's not mine. How are you? How's the family?
Family's in the city. I'm doing all right, man. I'm just, usual, bro.
Awesome, awesome. I just have a quick few questions for you. Just want to fire a quick rapid fire. Just answer them however you want to.
Sure.
So, first of all, I know you've had a very amazing journey throughout your life. Very inspirational. I want to know: are you happy in this current moment in life?
Right now, yes. I'm actually at the precipice. I think I'm just about to go into the next stage of my life, the next level. I am actually happy.
Awesome. And what would you say that's the next level is?
Where I don't have to worry about lawsuits and anything like that. My next level of life is pretty much doing what I do now, but in comfort, with no worries about finances and anything like that. No worry about no lawsuits.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it was hard enough trying to not train. You know what I mean? So yeah, even though I don't like training, is one of the worst things I ever did. But yeah,
Yeah, so you'd say that the fight game is something that you didn't enjoy growing up, or
I didn't want to be a fighter growing up. I
okay,
mean, my life was just surviving a childhood. I didn't have no ambitions to be the world champion or the ambitions to be a prize fighter. You know, a life of a fighter is a life of affliction. It's hard. It's not good. It's not easy. And if you can't eat at the top table,
yeah,
if you're not prepared to die doing it, then why do it?
100%, no,
If you're not going to make it at the top, I mean, if this here, this perfume here was the top table of fighting, and can you see yourself at that table? You have to be prepared to die for that.
yeah,
That's a hard thing to put on yourself,
it is,
especially
it is,
But when you're making that journey, you start by yourself.
yeah,
But then as you move along that journey, you get a wife, you get dependents.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah,
so sitting at that table gets more and more and more important and more extreme. You know what I mean? And if you don't cut it,
yeah.
what do you do?
There's a certain line that you have to draw, right? You have to
Certain
decide,
time frame, man. And if you're chasing that dream,
yeah,
and if you don't get to that top table, you're not eating well.
mm.
So neither is your family. So would you want to do that to your family?
So, so going from there, what would you say to the younger generation that's inspiring to either become, a professional fighter then?
Do something else.
Do something else?
Do something else. The life of a fighter is a life of affliction. If you don't make that top table,
Yeah,
you're not making the cut, and it's a hard thing to make, man. First off, you got to be a fucking super resilient. You got to be you got to be dedicated.
yeah,
Without any shortcuts. You've got to be talented, and you've got to have a great mind for fighting. And I mean, and so many things. There's so many moving parts in it, and you still cannot make it.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
There's
sure.
so many things that could go wrong
Yeah,
along that journey. But I mean, when you do actually make it, through all the rubbish and all the criminal management and all these shit, if you can make it to the top,
yeah,
and your sport isn't a corrupt sport, I mean, if you can make it there, it's a beautiful thing.
yeah,
But I mean, like I said, it's hard. It's a hard thing to do. But why not? Do something normal. I mean, only people that are a bit stupid in the head choose fighting. A bit
yeah,
crazy,
yeah.
a bit crazy to do. I mean, it's
The
you got to be called by God, man. It's like many are called, but only a few are chosen to do this. You know what I mean,
yes,
brother?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a crazy sport, to be honest. I've got a few friends that are in the game, and myself, I've been fighting for a couple years, but I actually decided to take a break because exactly how you're saying it, like certain things in life changes. But going from that point of view, your life right now, what's looking ahead? What's your goal now? Would you just say just train and enjoy the fight game, or just enjoy it with family?
I don't even want to be a part of the fight game. I mean, I'm looking at trying to put my own team and my own football team into the NRL in the next couple of years. I want to do a lot of things like this. There's a lot of things I'm gonna do and will do. I just it's just taking time. I love the future. The future looks bright.
Yep.
Not by looking at online shit like on X. I mean, because the whole world looks crazy on X.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
But
Social media is
you know,
crazy.
life is looking really amazing at the moment. I can't be complaining about stuff. Like I said, there's a few hiccups that I got to get through, and that's it. Yeah, but like with everything, we shall overcome. They say.
That's so cool how throughout your journey you've come to where you are now and you're happy. I'm happy for you. You're content, and the future's looking bright. So congratulations for that. But
Thank you.
before you were saying that to become a fighter, or well, the top, you have to have discipline and dedication. What would you say was that thing that pushed you to the very, very top, pushed you past your limits? Because fighting is a very serious sport. Like it's life or death, like you said. So
It's a life of affliction, and like I said, I grew up being beaten by my dad. Relentlessly. I was my life as a kid was a life of affliction, and I moved in well to fighting because when you're getting hurt, it's easy to move forward. My mind is I can think clearly. I mean, when I was younger, I could just in a switch off and go somewhere else in the world. Where I wasn't getting hurt.
yeah,
As a fighter, I'm there, and I go switch from the fighting getting hurt to where I'm going to put this guy, what I'm going to try and do. So, I mean, I wasn't going anywhere else in life apart from jail or to become a fighter. I mean, I think I asked when I said that I didn't know what I wanted to be with my life. God said, "You're going to be a prize fighter. You're going to do this. You're going to do this, and you're actually going to change sporting history with this lawsuit." I didn't know what the purpose was
yeah.
until I actually seen it.
That's
And
amazing.
when I realized, what this lawsuit does, it just blows my mind away because it's everything I wanted to do to help others,
Yeah,
but not the crew that I came with. But like I said, it doesn't change just combat sport. It
yes,
changes all contact sport.
yeah.
All those guys that are doping, they don't deserve a fucking cent and a dollar. They shouldn't get it. There's a lot of things that it changes. Like I said, it's hard to explain, but yeah.
Would you say that your purpose has been fulfilled, or that you're starting to see that your purpose is becoming to vision?
Yeah, the fruition is coming through. I can see it. It's about it's going to be the hunt precedent, which will set the standard
Amazing.
globally
Yeah,
for all contact sport.
yeah,
What you're hearing here is something amazing, and a lot of people like the media, the MMA media, want to speak about it because they don't want to see Dana go to jail. But too bad, motherfucker, you're going to jail.
yeah.
And that's because like for me, he's just a criminal. People talk about him like he's a good businessman.
Yeah,
Well, your slavery of contract and coercion contracts, they're not good. And how you pay the fighters, you're a criminal.
yeah. I agree.
How you use fighters, and when their time is done, you throw them to the fucking wolves, you throw them out, and what do you do with them?
Mm,
Do you even help people out? No, it's yeah, for me, he's lied for this whole time. All of them have lied. All of these people that are in this coercion, they're colluded for the last century, 10 years.
yeah.
Um, Not one of them have come to me and apologized for what they've done.
Oh wow. Even after everything that's happened.
Not one of them. They've all tried to continue this RICO contravention.
Mm,
Even now, they continue it, and all that is called damages from what they did. Even now, they continue to do this.
yeah.
It- that's why I just can't believe. I said, "What? Do you not understand? You can't lie to the whole world all the time. I mean, the courts can see the evidence. I mean,
Would you
I
say?
just can't believe it. It just makes me. It's like, I mean, are you all right? I don't understand how his mind works. That that he can still go around thinking that he's going to be okay. I mean, I think he's, just for perjury alone, he's got 5 years jail.
Oh, that's
You know,
so.
Brock Lesnar's got 5 years jail for
Yep.
perjury alone, and that's one
Yep.
thing. It's evidence. That's perjury. They've got 8 more contraventions, battery, fraud, civil aiding and abetting. Oh my, there's.
There's so much to it that the world doesn't even know and see.
Even if I've explained a few times and it's showing people.
Yep.
Like on my Instagram, I'm showing people. They still, the narrative these trolls try to put out there to me is like this, what evidence? Are you crazy?
Yep.
But when this is all said and done, you can't treat me like a leper and try to shun me.
Yep.
Because the truth is here, it's looking you right in the face. You can try and ostracize me, but it's gonna happen. So yeah, like I said it's gonna happen any day now.
Yep.
The briefing was over 8 weeks ago, but hey man, if you want to be a fighter, I mean, it's a hard thing to do. I mean, if
It
you
is.
can make it, and I mean, it's a hard thing to do. I mean, walking out to fight, there's nothing like fighting.
Yep.
It's better than drugs. It's euphoric,
It
to be
is.
able to do that. But
Yep.
you're a fighter, but to continuously make that walk, go through that emotional roller coaster, to hurt yourself, do all that stuff, you got to be pretty selfish and pretty crazy. So,
You do.
and if you don't make it,
Then yep. It takes a
I'm
toll
not
on the
saying you're
body,
not going to make it. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
dreams are for everybody, but I mean, it's a matter of your choice. Like you can go left or right of how much you want to dedicate your life
Yep.
to doing it. I mean, whereas you can, I mean, like this is what I used to get all the time at parties. Oh, Mark, I can't, I don't know how you can do it. I don't know how you do what you do. And I said, what, go and get beat up or go and fight for a living?
Mm.
And then when I ask them what they do, they go, "Oh, I work in insurance." And I think, well, then I say, "Well, I don't know how you can do what you do. Sit in the fucking car, go to work, and for minimum fucking wage."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So I say, "Who's the fucking crazy one? You're fucking crazy." But anyway,
No, I agree with you. Everyone has their own, I'd say, own purpose, if you will, right?
if you
Everyone.
can find, that's it. That's the key right there. If you can find your purpose in life,
Yep.
what the Almighty has given for you, and you might be one or two. That's when you can be content and chase your journey. You might be there to help someone else on their journey of life. Who knows?
Exactly, and that's what I think is so amazing about your story is, um, even though your journey has been very, very, very sad, and my dearest apologies goes to
Well,
your
my
loved
journey
ones.
hasn't been. I don't feel it's been sad at all. I mean, I'm not sitting here crying about it.
Yep.
I'm not sad about my journey. My journey's brought me to where I am today, to be the
Exactly.
man that I am today.
Yep.
About to, I think it's called on the cusp of changing history.
No,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's
for sure.
like I said. I've never wanted the fame. I've only wanted to be able to afford to pay for things.
Yep.
But this changes a lot of things for a lot of people. Also another view on this is like if you look at this, the judge's ruling on this case,
Mm.
it is also their history
Yes.
that
Yep.
they change
Yes.
sporting history. So as you look at them as judges and lawyers and shit, they are part of this something that's going to be changing history. It's crazy. I mean, so I don't just look at it from my point of view. I look at it from the judge's perspective and how he's going to change things. And I mean,
Exactly. You've inspired many people, not only just your friends and family. You've inspired many generations to come, even past when we're all gone. Your story is so cemented now that people will be like, so like you said, it's changed the course of history, not just MMA or
well, I mean,
anything.
sporting history, yes,
Sporting
so
history,
sports
yes,
history, which is
yeah,
good. So, I mean, just because it's been happening for so many fucking years,
yeah,
should it mean it should continue? No, that's wrong.
yeah.
We see the problem. Let's try and fix it. No, you do it, Mark. You're the only one that's got fucking balls to do it. You do it. We won't worry about it. But when you do it, we're here. Okay.
Yes, yeah, and those are the people that you don't want, to be surrounded by. So
Yeah, the phone goes cold pretty fast, man.
it does, when you go through the shits, people don't want to be near you. But the ones
Man,
that
when
stick
you're
by
winning,
you,
when you're winning, they're winning. But when you're losing, they're not losing.
exactly.
It's yeah, bro. It's
That's just
fucking
life,
one of
eh?
those things. No, that's just people, bro.
Yep.
Some people are just scumbags.
Just straight scumbags.
Just straight scumbags, bro. But some people, like I said to the other bro, I've met along the way, and they're younger than my gaming community. That helped me financially with that, like Ryan,
Yep.
Bert, Dad, Sydney, these guys have helped me mentally and financially get through this. And this is my gaming community, brother. You know, my mate Kenna. These things just make you feel like there's actually good people in the fucking world, instead of everyone's just after some shit.
Yeah, yeah. Especially when
Everyone
you
just
get,
wants something, but when you
yeah,
come along guys that are fucking legit like this, you're like, damn, bro, I want these guys to be in my life for the rest of my life. So because they're legit people. They're not just
yeah,
here for something. They're not here because they can get something.
yeah.
They're here because along this journey of life,
Mm,
they're living their own life also.
yeah. Genuine relationships, right?
Yes, sir.
People that care for you and love you, and that's how it should be for
You
everyone.
gotta keep your friends and those that are close to you, there, man, all the time, because you can see when you're down, who's around.
Yep. No.
You know
Awesome.
that. I mean, as a fighter, you'll
Wow.
see that, man.
Seen.
How many fights have you had?
I've had four. The last
Okay.
fight that I actually, the second to last fight that I was supposed to have, I walked into the ring and the opponent didn't show up.
What?
So we all warmed up, done everything, got massaged, oiled up and everything.
Well, that's probably, like I said, one of the things that it's a hard thing. If you're not there mentally, it's a hard thing to cope with, especially going to compete and fighting. If you can't, and you got to imagine doing that for 30 or 40, or however long it is. And it's, you know, for me, going up there is when I made it to the top ranks. It was actually better
Yep.
because I was yearning for that fucking that crowd. I
Yeah.
wanted more of that crowd. But
Yep.
when you start, it's like, oh fuck. But
So
when you
what?
know your purpose enough, that's what you want to do.
So what was your discipline then? Like, what was your motivation? You'd say to get out of bed and do this.
Well, like I said, I had my first fight after 7 days. I didn't even know about training. I got into a nightclub fight outside K Road there,
Yep.
and I was fighting in the very same nightclub. It was called Muay Thai. I mean, back then, it was
Yep.
just fresh to New Zealand.
Yep.
Is where all the kick fighters go. I mean, everyone knew where the boxers went, like where David was at
Yeah. Yeah.
the top here, but no one knew where the kickboxers went until K1 came along, and
Yep.
Ray Seffel and Jason Sadi and Jason
Yep.
Momoa, all these kickboxers were the ones, were the guys that were in front going to K1 first, doing Muay Thai. So I didn't know who was who. I just came along and said, "Oh, what are you guys up to?
Yeah.
Can I, my trainer's like, yeah, jump in there, bro." And I said, "Oh yeah, yeah, why not?" And it wasn't for money. It was just I wanted to see what was like. So I
Mm.
mean, and then I only took it seriously when I came to Oz. 30 something years later.
Yep.
I mean, one of the oldest that was fighting in the UFC. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mark.
yes,
It's
sir.
been been an honor to be here to have this conversation with you, and
Don't worry, bro.
I
I
look.
sent you my PayPal by $100.
I'll bounce it to you, brother. I'll bounce it to you. I look forward to seeing you back in your homelands.
Yeah,
Whenever
brother.
you're
Yeah.
here.
Okay, bro, for sure.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely night.
Okay, brother. Take it easy, man.
Thank you, brother. You've never met us, and you're giving us so much of your time. We really appreciate it. It shows your character.
Nah, nah, I just don't have a fucking job.
I, I,
No,
I,
I don't do that. I don't fucking, you ain't got a job. You ain't got shit to do. It's Friday. No jokes.
I forgot to ask a couple of questions. Have like the Chael Sonnens and the Ariel Hawani's reached out to you and tried to do an interview, or are they too scared?
Well, I know Ariel. I know both of them, but I only speak to Ariel. I mean, he's the reason why he got booted out of UFC 200 because I told him, I told him that
Oh, that was
it
you,
was funny.
Brock.
Yeah, it was me. Yeah, yeah, bro. It was me that told him because you asked, and like I said, I like Ariel.
Yeah.
But Charles Sonnen, he spoke a lot about my case,
Yep.
but he speaks on he doesn't have facts. He doesn't speak on like a lot of these guys. They speak on stuff, but they don't have facts to back it. He said my case was lawsuit was a waste of time. I was crazy. Who's paying this lawyer? And he was right. The lawyer was crooked, but my case wasn't crooked. So I think he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And I've tagged him on stuff that I've shared. Some court documents. He doesn't reply because he knows his 40-minute episode on me was lies,
Yeah.
was baseless um, rubbish.
Yeah, that's sad. Are there current or ex-fighters that have tried to reach out to you and been helpful?
Well, I mean, it's hard. I don't expect fighters, because as a fighter, I know we are pretty selfish people. When it comes to our own, we have to do things ourselves. And this journey that I took upon, it's hard to. I know all these fighters want a better deal. But I understand their situation. They've got mortgages, all this stuff. So I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't just talk. I put my life down. My family's life is what the hard things, their lives, my retirement, and I'm put this on this lawsuit. Um, like I said, it was a hard thing to do and think about, and there were a lot of times that I was worried. My ex-wife was upset and angry, um, especially when finances changed.
Bro, my
But,
ex-wife was upset and angry too.
well, well, I mean, that's why she's the ex-wife. But hey, listen, as fighters, you can't expect fighters to go and do the same thing and say, oh, even though you can see the problem, they can't see the problem, because all they can see is, oh, I need to chase that title. I need to be the best fighter in the world. Because, when I get to that title, I can get $2 an hour. Fuck, or, in UFC, so I'm saying, for me, like UFC, when they get to the top, it doesn't matter if you get to the top, you're not going to make the kind of money that the boxers make, because they've got the Ali Act in boxing. You know, and what you've got is 14% of the revenue. You don't have 50% of the revenue. You got 14% of the revenue, motherfucker. I don't care whether you become world champion or not. The maximum amount you're gonna get is probably $5 million, and that's fucking it. Not a fucking penny more.
Well, we don't want to hold you up too long, but out of all of us, I got one more brother. We want to finish with him, if that's all right.
Holy shit! How many brothers you got, bro?
Yeah, last one. But he's got
No,
the
I'm
best.
just joking. I'm just fucking with you.
He's got the best hair, and he's just come back from Turkey. So
right.
his name's Kamal. I'll hand it over to him. He's famous on TikTok.
Oh, is he? Wow. Is he like that girl that put it in her ass? Is he that girl? Oh, shit.
Well, I got set up. I was gonna call you Mr. Hunt, but
Just call me Mark, bro. All
Mr.
good.
Mark. Nice to meet you. It's very nice to
Hey,
meet
brother.
you. I was gonna ask you a little bit about myself. Me and the boys here, we own supplement stores here. So I was dying to ask you this question. When you were
No.
when you were dying, no, when you were dying.
I'm already dead. What are you talking about? I'm 50 now.
When you were in camp and in training, how serious you were with your diet?
When I was on there, I was doing it properly. I mean, I cut a lot. I used to do no carbs and sugars if I put on a lot of weight after a fight. So I start with no carbs, no sugars.
Yeah.
It'll be hard with training. I didn't supplement a lot. I used to just take multivitamins and I varied a lot as my training. But some of the worst weight cuts I had was I did like 11 kilos in one day before a fight. I did 21 in 3.5 weeks in Mexico.
Wow.
I've done some hard cuts, man, and I've paid for them. Proper. I paid for them proper.
What was going
but
through your head when you were in those cuts with those 11 kg cuts in one day?
I was delirious. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no nothing in my muscles. I went to the fight. I Stipe. Shot for a takedown straight away. I could have resisted. Then I spent the next 4 or 5 rounds getting punched in the head. I think I still got the record for the most punches in the head in UFC for that fight. That was no glycogen in my muscles. That was 11 kilos in one day, bro. I was fucked up. The one in Mexico was like 21 kilograms in 3.5 weeks, and that was at altitude. Mexico is like a high up, but I was breathing and I was bleeding out the nose while I was training. It was hard. But yeah, it was hard lessons to learn. But I think I nearly died in that Stipe one in Adelaide.
Yeah, that's yeah. Would you say if you had supplements, more knowledge about what to take before your fights and during prep, would that have changed anything?
No, like I said, I'm not a supplement guy. I mean, I only had multivitamins. I used to work at a place called Tabco that made the tablets for blackmores. I didn't drink protein shakes. I don't do. I mean, like, I wasn't. I just ate when I wanted to lose weight. I ate no carbs, no sugars. I ate meat and just
Yeah.
kept it clean. I started losing, but I trained
Yeah.
twice a day and I trained hard.
Wow.
Um, I mean, for people taking supplements, good on them. It'll help you a lot for sure.
For sure.
But when I came through doing my journey, no. So when I started, I got supplements like uh, when I started when I was younger, creatine and some what is it, the recovery stuff. Uh,
BCAAs? BCAAs?
I was taking that for a little, but for me, I just get complacent in taking them. I just,
Yeah.
because I just chuck my shit everywhere and I'm,
Yeah.
running late. And I was like, fuck, what's that drink? Get it? Oh, fuck, too late. I gotta
What's
go.
that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You should have had
I
someone
mean,
running along with you, doing all that for you.
well, I did it. I did in the end. I did have someone doing that stuff for
Yeah.
me, but then it just became a problem because I started just yelling at them and say, fuck.
They're probably too scared to tell you what to take
Nah,
at
because
that
I was,
point.
when I'm playing my game and fucking I'm getting hammered and these people are talking, take this drink. Can you just fuck off?
Oh my gosh. Nah,
Nah, bro,
well,
you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
well, with or without supplements, you did really well. I wanted to, well, I want to ask you one more thing. Your whole come up when you started boxing, it seemed like a movie. The way you got into boxing, oh no, UFC, sorry. The way you got into UFC it was amazing. You want to talk how you got into that little fight outside the club and how the bouncer pulled you out?
Oh, that was kickboxing. That's
Yeah,
why I started K1.
yeah,
Kickboxing. I started my MMA career late in my life, like
yeah,
28 or 29.
yeah,
It was after. Sorry, it was probably my 30s. It was after my K1 career. So
right,
I spent 10 years in kickboxing in K1.
yeah,
Won the world title in kickboxing.
amazing,
It's tournament fighting.
yeah,
And then MMA came along in 2004, I think it
2004,
was.
yeah,
I think I actually it might have been 2010 is when I signed with them
yeah,
because I spent another um, a few years fighting in a company called Pride
right,
and Dream Stage, and then after that,
yeah,
they bought Pride, and then
yeah,
I started fighting in the UFC market, which was then MMA started becoming global. So yeah.
yeah, no, definitely. Well, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it so much, and we'd love for you to come to New Zealand. We want to set something up. Your people want to see you here, so we would love for you to come, and whenever you're available, we'll set something up with all the guys here.
Yeah, but of course, thanks for your time,
Yeah,
man.
awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Okay,
it.
bro. All
Thank
right,
you.
man.
Thank you.
Sorry I couldn't plug too much supplements and protein, brother, but but hey, man.
Just David wants to just say a few words.
Okay, bro.
Thanks much. Thank you.
I think that mic's off.
Yeah, I think it's on. Yeah, how's it? Seki Uso, can you hear me?
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
Seki. Wow, how was the Seki? All is good.
Yeah, man. Same old. I just been telling the boys, same
Nice.
old stuff here, man. Just getting on with life and about to,
Yeah,
finish everything, and that's it, man.
nice. Yeah, now
How
all
you
is
doing? How's training going? You looking good, man?
everything is good. Everything is good. Also, just enjoying the health journey every day, and just trying to do bits and pieces from time to time. But hey, me and my beautiful wife, we're moving to Samoa to live.
Oh, wow, nice. That's
Yeah,
the one, eh?
Samoa's calling us, so we leave for Samoa in November. So we're closing the gym down.
Wow. Okay. Damn.
Yeah,
Man, when I come back Samoa, I'm gonna come visit you. My dad's
come
got
on,
some land in Vaikaloa,
Seki, Uso, Seki.
couple of acres, bro, for
Yeah,
sure.
we're in
I was gonna
Vaikeru.
come back when I come back to New Zealand, come and say hi.
Nice, yeah, we're in Vaikeru.
Yeah.
So when are you heading back here?
I'll be there when this lawsuit is over. I'm just waiting for it to end, and then I've got to do a few things here. But I'm
Right.
gonna come pick my older brother up because he lives there. Then I
Okay.
have to come pick him and come live with me
Okay.
for the rest of his life. So yeah, but yeah, I'll be
Awesome.
coming to traveling with him, and then. But yeah, that's a good move, bro.
Yeah,
Retirement in Samoa, bro.
I know, Uso. Now
That's it.
come on down, man. When you're free, come on down, Uso. But
For sure, for sure.
I'm glad you're doing well. We'll probably do another podcast in the next maybe next year because I would love to talk about your career, but in a different way. Because see, there are stories that I need to share with you. You know, when I was sort of like down and out in certain things that I was going through, I needed inspiration. And where do I go to? What's Mark Hunt?
Me? Oh man, thanks. Are you serious?
Straight up.
No.
Yeah,
Fuck.
straight up. Hands on heart, Uso. Straight up. Yep. You're one of my inspirations, Uso. Honestly.
Oh man, I appreciate that, man. Fuck, that's
Yep.
crazy because you're one of mine. I mean, shucks, you're one of the first to do it and the best to do it. I mean,
Nah, we're in it
no
together.
one
We're
can
in it
top the
together.
door, man. Jeez, no
We're in
one,
it together.
no one can
Yeah.
top that punching machine, bro. And Oda who, bro? But you know,
Sorry.
I think everyone follows you. Also, I mean, all of us. I
Yeah,
mean,
nah.
Jimmy Powell. I mean,
Yeah, that's right.
bro.
Yeah, but it'd be nice. It'd be nice to do a podcast about your life, because obviously for me there's a lot of questions that a lot of people have asked, but there's ways to ask you about it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I've always, but I just want to say before you, I want to say thank you, Dave. You know, my mum, long ago, man, you gave her some money long ago, and I mean, I was like, this, bro, you asking the tour man for money, but she said he just, gave her $20, I think it was, and I was like, what the?
Yeah,
So
that's
I
us.
appreciate.
That's us. But that's what we do. So that's what I know. That's what you'd have done as well. So it's normal. It's normal for us. But hey, thank you for your time. Also, I know it's getting a bit late, but Fafka, get it up. Also, lots of love to you and your family.
Yeah, bro.
And you always be my General Mark Hunt, a legend. Also,
Okay, listen, bro. Yeah,
no
well,
one
late,
no one
yeah.
has done like you. But we'll talk soon. What up?
Yeah, thanks for your time, guys. And
Yeah.
also, bro, yeah, if I'm back there before you move, I'll come and say hi, bro.
When you're heading down? When you're heading
Like I
down?
said, it could be any day now. I just want these orders to end, bro. I want to go get me a Valele and fly over to see you, bro.
I got you, Uzo. I got you. I
Okay.
got you. Yeah, what
Bro, I
a
love
fuck,
this, I
Uzo.
love you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, fine. Fine, Uzo.
Bye, guys. Thanks for your time, bro.
Fine, Uzo. Fine.
Bye.
Choo-hoo. Job, man. Yeah, man.